Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome to Friday Sews. I'm Stephanie. Welcome to my channel. I'm so thankful that you're here. And Friday Sews is a Friday video about sewing and life. And I have a very special Friday Sews for you today because there are a bunch of us that have sewing vlogs, video blogs, you know, where you just talk about more than just sewing. And we are all today joining together to do a getting to know you video, which I'm super glad about because I didn't get a whole lot of sewing done this week. I got sort of into cleaning. The more I clean, the more I realize what a horrible housekeeper I am. No video for that. It's just gross. But my house is really clean, and I did have a make that I can't show you because I worked on my frugal frock, and I'm not done. And I'm not actually happy with it, so I've got some work to do, but a video will be coming. Also, I'm going to be posting my mountain view video collaboration with Jen from In Jen's Sewing Room, who is also the founder of Friday Sews, and we'll be posting those on Tuesday. So you get to hear all about my thoughts on the mountain jeans and Jen's thoughts on the mountain jeans. And I want to say thank you to Jen for inviting us all to do this getting to know you list that she sent out. And I'm looking forward to seeing everybody else's answers. If you're new to my channel, please hit the subscribe button, the little bell to be notified of new videos, and leave me a comment. I'd love to get to know you. And I'm also on Facebook every day. I don't think that's one of the questions, but if you want to come be friends, I would love that. So let me get to these questions. I already said my name, it's Stephanie, and the name of my channel is Feral Focus because I'm a photographer and a sewer. So focus meant a lot of different things. What am I focusing on? And my camera. Anyways, that's not one of the questions. Where am I from? I'm from Northern California. I live in a very rural area. The town of 200, there's no town, just so you know. There's a sign, but there's no town. We have a post office, that's it. Which, by the way, is the only place to get mail because we're so rural they don't even bring mail to us. So I'm in the mountains and Northern California. Most people think of Southern California when they think of California. I'm in the mountains, so it's not at all like Southern. I love Southern California. Okay, how long have I been sewing? I don't know. I mean, my whole life. I remember growing up watching my mom sew, and I wanted to sew. She let me use her machine when I was probably, 11 or 12, I want to say, and I was making doll clothes, and I was just making crap up. I wasn't even trying to figure it out correctly. I would just be like, lay my doll down on some fabric and draw it with a pen and sew that. And frankly, it worked. And then I wanted to make a pair of pants, and I kind of laid a pair of pants on some fabric and drew a line and sewed up the sides and put some elastic in the waist, and I had pants. I've come a long way since then. And my mother is still a sewer, sewist. She mostly does digitizing, and I actually think I showed a video tour of her sewing room when I was at her house in Texas a few years ago, and we talk sewing all the time. I mean, it's, even though we do different kinds of sewing, we talk sewing all the time. Okay, so what are my machines? I have behind me my sewing machine, which is under that cover, and I have a Project Runway Brother, and it's my very first brand new sewing machine. I've had, my first sewing machine, which was an old Singer Featherweight, and then I bought a Kenmore off of a buy and sell ad paper, and that was just like $150, and somebody bought this machine for her daughter, and her daughter didn't want to sew, and so I got this brand new machine for next to nothing. And when I saw somebody on a video on YouTube sewing with a Project Runway machine, I was always a huge Project Runway fan, and so I wanted that machine, and it was so affordable that it was great, and so I ordered it online, and that's my sewing machine. I definitely have dreams of something fancy, but it works great. So I really don't know what I would do with a better machine. Is there such a thing? I also have over here, which you can't see on camera, is my serger, and that's new to me. I bought it in July, and it's my first expensive machine, and so far it is worth every penny because it works like a dream and I love it. And someone asked me to do a video on my serger. I don't feel like a serger expert, but I do plan to do a video showing what I do with it because I use it a lot. Okay, self-taught or formal classes. Self-taught. I took a formal class a couple of years ago, and to be honest with you, it upped my game so much because up until then, what I had taught myself was a lot of bad habits. Lots. And I'm still trying to unlearn some of them because when you teach yourself, your teacher's not that great. Just saying. So I would love to continue that journey. I'm learning a lot from other YouTube channels. Whenever I have a question, I go straight to YouTube and there's somebody teaching the answer, and I follow them and see more and more and more. It seems to me the more I learn about sewing and garment construction, the more I know I don't know. There's just so much to know. It's going to be a lifelong pursuit. I will just be collecting this knowledge, and oh my gosh, there's so much I want to know. And I've really enjoyed getting to know people who just want to share what they know. Love it. Okay, knits or wovens. I'm knit. I love stretchy fabric. When I go shopping for ready to wear, it's knit. I want stretch. But I've been falling in love with some wovens on other YouTube channels. Another Friday sewer is the Dahlia Society. She makes me want everything she makes, and she does wovens. And she's so lovely. Her garden's so lovely. Please go take a look at her channel. You will just fall in love. Her fabric choices, her taste, I am in love. And so she's swaying me into wanting to try more of that. So we'll see. Okay, Big Four or indie. That means, do I choose to purchase my patterns from the regular, old tried and true, Simplicity, McCall's, Vogue? That's me. I'm Big Four. But I've been discovering indie, and I'm kind of easing my way in because of other YouTube channels, and my first real foray into it was the Mountain View jeans, which I just spoke about and I'm going to be posting a video on, and it makes me actually want to do more. Oops, I lost my questions. Oh, there. So I'm a Big Four right now, but in the next year I could probably switch to be an indie all the way because there's just so much out there. And I really rely on reviews from other YouTube channels to decide which ones I'm going to put my time and effort in. Okay, where am I at? Big Four or indie? Online shopping or in-store? I would choose in-store every day because I want to feel the fabric. But I'm sort of finding that as I look at like other channels, I'm seeing they have so much more selection than what I'm seeing in my little world. And when COVID came, there was no in-store shopping. So I'm gravitated to online, and I've posted several videos of, sorry, I'm trying to keep my phone on so I don't lose my questions. I don't want to lose my questions. Knit Pop, I really like Knit Pop and Charlie with 2 E's, and my first online purchase was from Hearts Fabric, and that's actually in Santa Cruz, and that is about 2.5 hour drive from me. So a goal is to go take my camper. You may be on my channel for my camper. If you're not, go look at my camper. I've glamped a camper twice, and hint hint, I'm shopping for one right now. It's time for a new project. By the way, like, you can't even buy a camper. They put them in the paper and they sell within minutes. It's crazy right now. But I'm looking. I'm not in a hurry. I love my camper, but I'm looking. So, what if I took my camper to Santa Cruz and stayed a few days and I could go to Hearts fabric store in person? That would be fun. Totally goal, definitely a goal. Another goal for me is I searched, and there's a famous, amazing fabric store in San Francisco, and San Francisco right now is still quite shut down from what I hear, and I'm not ready to go to that kind of, like, to a city until the COVID is gone. So when that's done, I will be going there and I will be filming it. It's called Britex, and it's closed right now. They will let you order, but how would I know what to order? I don't know what they have. So I can't wait to wander the aisles of Britex and see what they have. Also, there's some really cool places in Southern California. I've always had a goal to go to Mood because it was on Project Runway, and there's one down there, but another thing I'm not doing until this whole thing is over. So I'm online right now, a lot of online. Joann still tempts me with their stuff. They always have something I want. But when I really want something, I go to online. And some of my favorite things lately have just been from these online stores that I just mentioned. Okay, next, what is my favorite sewing task? Pressing, cutting, types of stitching. Oh, that's a good question. I'm gonna say I like sewing by hand, and I drive people crazy with it because I have some videos on making cushions for my camper, and everybody says, you know, put Velcro, put a zipper, but I just close them all by hand. And I don't mind it. It's kind of therapeutic. So when something calls for a hand stitching, I like doing that. I'm not going to say I'm great at it, but I love it. I mean, I feel like it would be cool to make a whole garment with just hand. You could do it. They used to before we had sewing machines. I like that. I used to like embroidery, so it's probably similar to that. But if you made me pick, that would be my one. My best advice to other sewers. Oh, best advice? Okay, I sit here in this beautiful sewing room. It's a COVID project. You can see the whole tour. I just posted it. I'll put a link. But this isn't my sewing reality my whole life. I mean, my sewing reality was pull the sewing machine out on the kitchen table, make a big mess, and everybody begging me to put it all away. Emergency sewing a costume, emergency sewing a dress, fixing something for my kids. Sewing for my grandkids, then moving into my glorious closet sewing room, which was my nirvana dream come true until this room. I guess my best advice is work with what you have. Whatever machine you have, whatever space you have, just sew. I mean, you know, it may not be easy, but all of those experiences are part of my journey, and I really love all of them. And I'm blessed to have this time of my life where all my house is empty of people, just me and hubby, so I could dedicate a whole room to sewing. And you know, that wasn't always the way it was. And the other thing I would say with that is, you know, using what you have. Same goes with knowledge. Use the knowledge that you have. I keep learning things that change everything that I know. It's like, why didn't I know that? But you know what? That doesn't make the outfit or the garment that I made before wrong. It just means now I have more skills. So my best advice is work with what you have now. Knowledge, space, equipment, ideas. And don't feel like, you know, you have to have some kind of best place to sew, best equipment, best knowledge. No, that's the journey is the fun. Learning is the fun. And making mistakes. Man, I am the queen of making mistakes. Just everything I do make a mistake. I mean, inside out, backwards, all of that. I did this one video on a dress form. Put a link to that. And it was an online pattern, so I guess that really was my first experience with it. And I was filming it to share my sew along, my process. Not to teach, but just to show me doing it. To see if anybody wanted to have that kind of help. And I made a mistake. And I mean, it was inside out, trimmed and everything. And I had to take it apart and put it to the other side. And I'm like, how am I going to explain this is already cut and trimmed and everything? I have to tell the mistake or I can't move forward with this video. So I told the mistake. And it's been the favorite part of that video for many people because admitting mistakes makes us human. And it also shares that it's okay. You can recover from a mistake. Mistakes are just design opportunities. So work with what you have. Whatever knowledge you have, whatever equipment you have, whatever supplies you have, work with what you have because that continues to change and your journey continues to change. So, hope that wasn't preachy, but that's my best advice. Okay, bonus question. How did I find out about Friday Sews? I found out from Jen in Jen's sewing room, and she invited people to do Friday Sews and had no takers. And then I thought, well, I didn't understand that she was inviting people to do Friday Sews, so I wanted to copy her, and I made mine different so that I wasn't a copycat. I did Saturday so-and-so, and then Sharon Sews, she started doing Friday Sews, and I'm like, I made a mistake. I'm going to fix this. I thought I shouldn't copy, and now I realize it's a thing to join. So I was the second person to join after Sharon, and now it's so many people. You could just spend your weekend looking at Friday Sews videos. It's so fun. I can't keep up. I can't keep up. So just do the hashtag and you'll be able to see all the different people. And with this tag of getting to know you, you're going to find out who's who and kind of find your favorites like I have. And I have so many favorites. And just, I feel like I've made some friends. And so come back and see my videos. I've got a couple coming up, obviously the Mountain View jeans and a couple of others. And if you want to see a tour of my sewing room COVID project, I mean, you know, you stick me in a house and don't let me leave, I'm going to decorate. That's what I'm going to do. Poor hubby. I say poor hubby, but he's always on board. He just wants to, you know, solve problems. And I have a design problem, he's all up for it. So I made it through the tag. I'm going to finish with it's my birthday today. I'm 62 and another milestone. Sometimes I feel it and sometimes I don't. You know, I'm the old people in my family now. All my kids are getting middle-aged. It's like, how did that happen? It's weird. It's definitely weird. But I feel great and my health is great. And what more can I ask for? I'm totally enjoying this season of my life. I loved being a mom. I love being a grandma. So I'm really enjoying, it's kind of a peaceful, quiet season, and I'm really enjoying my life here. So happy birthday to me. I'm gonna go enjoy my day. I don't know when this video is gonna get posted because I'm being just like self-indulgent. It'll get done when it gets done. It might even be Saturday. And if it is, I apologize. I totally want to get my Friday video out and join the group with that getting to know you. And I would love to get to know you. If you are on Facebook, that's just the easiest place to correspond. Come find me. I'm putting the link somewhere where you can read it. It's Stephanie Farrell 123, and that's my username. You can find me and just friend request me, and I'd love to get to know you. And that's been the funnest thing about this channel, is making friends who have the same interests that I do. I am shocked sometimes when we start visiting back and forth of how many things we have in common. Isn't that amazing? It's such a cool thing, this technology. I just love it. You know, being 62, I was there from the beginning, right? If you're with me on this, you know what I mean. We had the dial phone and now we have the internet. It's like, we've seen a lot. We've seen a lot, and I embrace it. I don't always understand it, but I embrace it. I want technology in my life. I love it. I think it's bringing people together. And with that, I'm going to say thank you so much for stopping by, and I'll see you next time. Bye now.